Your puppy needs a grooming kit, not because your puppy needs to be groomed, but because in the future, your dog is going to need to be groomed. And if you do not train them while they're puppies, it's going to be much more difficult when they are dogs. Now, we know that with dog breeds, they cannot be groomed, really, truly, officially groomed. Fur cut, trimmed, razors, all those things cannot be used until they reach a certain age. Because if you do it before, you are going to damage their fur. It's going to grow back weird and wonky and coarse and not good. So you can talk to your vet about this, but better than that, talk to a groomer. Most people are going to talk to a groomer about this because the groomer is going to know more than the vet is about your specific breed and the fur type. Most vets, or at least some vets, will give you the okay before it's actually okay. So talk to the groomer on this one and talk to your vet if you'd like. But you want to make sure you do not officially groom them until they are old enough, until their fur has reached past a certain stage. Now, with that in mind, as a puppy, you need to be grooming them. And there's some light grooming that you can be doing, but we're really just teaching them how to behave, how to accept these different things, and how to expect these different things. So when the time comes, it's easier to do. Now, we're not just talking about trimming fur. We are talking about, maintaining their paws and clipping their nails and all of those things, because I want you to be able to just do that for yourself. There are some breeds, of course, you're going to want to hire a groomer for. If you just don't want to do it, you can have a groomer for. But I want you to be able to have the knowledge and experience to take care of and to maintain your dog yourself as well. So we want to make sure with puppies, we are pretend grooming them. So I talk a lot about this one. This is one of my favorite tips. I want you to go to the baby section of Walmart or Target or any store that sells baby stuff, and you're looking for baby brushes. These are soft bristled brushes and little tiny combs. Now you're going to sit with your puppy once a week, a couple of times a week. I actually recommend doing this as often as possible. This can be a daily thing, and it's really good for bonding as well. You're just going to use that soft bristle brush and brush them. It's going to feel like their mom is licking their fur, right? It's just very calming, very relaxing. And you're just going to brush over their head and their ears and their backs. You're going to hold their feet. You're going to brush those as well. You're going to build up that experience to when they're using real brushes to go through their fur. You can use the comb as well. And the comb is also very helpful because it's gentle, it's soft plastic. If they are dirty from outside, you can get some of that debris and dirt off of them. You can actually clean them up and groom them a little bit with these brushes. But because they're made for babies, they're soft and gentle, and you don't have to worry about it hurting or damaging your puppy. So this is just a really nice bonding activity, and it trains them to be ready for when they will be groomed. You also want to make sure you've got a pair of scissors. This is literally just for the sound. You want to hold it up so they can see it. You want to snip them near your dog, but not near enough that they can get hurt. You want to show them what it's like. And as you continue to show them these scissors week after week, you can also grab pieces of their fur between your fingers and pretend to cut it. They don't have to see it. They just have to see the sensations, or they have to feel the sensations. So you're going to grab part of their fur and hold the scissors behind their back where they can't see it, and you're going to pretend to snip these things. And you're just going to move through their fur as if you are cutting pieces of their fur off. You also want to have a razor. Now, it is important to have a razor for their paw pads. As puppies, you can and should be trimming their paw pads. This doesn't necessarily mean the tops of their feet. You can do that if you want. Check with your groomer. But their fur is going to grow between the pads of their paws. And if that gets too long, that can pick up debris. It can hold in branches. It can hold bugs. In the winter or the cold, it can develop those little ice balls on it. That's going to hurt. We do not want to make it difficult for your dog to walk, and that fur can hinder their ability to walk. So you want to keep that trimmed down. That is something where, again, you're going in stages, and I have videos on how to do it. So I'm not going to get too deep into it in this video because you can watch those videos on how to maintain your dog's feet. But you are going to start just by showing it to them. Then you're going to start by turning it on away from them, and you're going to bring it closer, and then you're going to just touch it to their fur, not the razor part, just the actual handle of it, so they can feel those vibrations. You're going to build up through this process so they're not afraid of it. I do not want you to turn it on and immediately go for their feet. This is a several week, month process, okay? So you're going to build up with that razor so that they are not scared of the sound, so they're not scared of the vibrations. And you are going to run the entire handle over their entire body so that they're feeling the vibrations down their feet, across their back, anywhere that you're going to potentially be using a razor on their fur as they get older. Go over those areas, even their tummies and chests and sensitive areas. You are going to run it lightly over it to build up that acceptance and awareness of it so they're not afraid when it comes time to actually give them a full trim. And so then you're going to actually give them the trim of their paw pads, they're not going to like it. It's going to tickle. It's going to not be their favorite thing for a little bit. But if you teach them how to give their paw to you and tolerate you clipping nails and buzzing that fur off of there, you are going to be in such a better world when they get older and can struggle against you, can fight you, can potentially hurt you. If you train them from the time they come into your house to accept this and to understand this, it is going to be revolutionary for you. I did not do that with my first set of dogs as an adult, and they were always going to be nervous and not loving of me trimming them up. In fact, I couldn't even use a razor on their paws. I had to use scissors, and it was a whole debacle. With my new puppies, I've trained them from the day they came into this house, and now I have no issues, 0 issues with my dogs allowing me to trim up their feet. Likewise, with nails, you're going to very easily show them you clipping things without it actually touching them. Then you're going to go through the process of putting their nail through it, but not actually clipping it. Then you're going to go through the process of putting their nail through it and then touching it with them, touching it to it. So you're actually not going to clip it, but you are going to put it over it so they can feel those sensations. Then you're going to build up to the point where you are actually clipping those, and just one nail at a time. You're going to build out from there. It's going to be something where you want to make sure that you are going in ages and stages with this. And we've got videos on how to do this. So make sure you're watching those in the playlist. I'll link things down below for you as well. But you want to make sure that you have the things you're going to use to groom them. So you also want to get them used to the scent of their shampoo. Some dogs are allergic to things. Me personally, I'm allergic to everything, but my dogs are also allergic to a lot of shampoos too. So we have to be very careful about what fragrances we are using, or fragrance-free in my case. You want to make sure that they're aware of how things work with grooming, because grooming is not just about trimming hair and clipping nails. You're going to be doing bath time as well. So you want to get them used to the sound of the running water in the tub. You want to get them used to playing in a tub without going through the process of soap. You want to get them used to water. You want to get them used to all of these things. So as you're creating your puppy grooming kit, you are looking for easy things to show them what it's going to be like when they get older. And then you want them to experience this regularly, like once a week, couple times a week. You can do this as much as possible, because the more exposure they have to it, the easier it's going to be when they get older. So go ahead and drop your questions down below. If you have specific grooming questions, especially about your specific breed, talk to a groomer. Call around, look for people who are, really good in their reviews. People have said that they are clean and they know what they're doing and all of those things before you hire a groomer or listen to a groomer. Look on social media. There's lots of people who will educate on social media that can answer your questions as well. I am not a groomer. I'm just a mom of many dogs, and I know what I'm doing in terms of getting them comfortable with this and making sure it's easier for me and safer for me as they get older. And I'm giving you this information, but talk to your people to get specific information about your breed. I'm really good at English Springer Spaniels. I'm pretty good at Paparinians at this point, but I cannot tell you all the things about all the other dog breeds. So drop questions that I can answer down below and follow along for daily videos, helping you to level up as a dog parent as we go through your dog's life to keep them safe, happy, healthy, and living the best life that they can. We'll see you in the upcoming episodes.